Hello, my name is Martin Gurdon and I'm a motoring journalist and I keep chickens. I'm also 54. It's a funny age, 54, when you think, where am I going? What's the point of it all? And the point of it all really is to try and screw a living out of every aspect of your life, because as a journalist you are essentially parasitic. You think, how can I extract some money from writing about the fatuous doings of my existence on the planet? And with the chickens, about 15 years ago I wrote a book about them called Hen and the Art of Chicken Maintenance. I wrote it on a train journey, on a commute, in a sort of bubble of blissful naivety. I didn't know what I was doing. And I thought, well, of course it's going to get published and sell very well, which indeed it did, in a way that none of the books I've written since have entirely matched. Went through 3 reprints, and then it went out of print, and I was a bit cross because I used to go around, well, I still do to an extent, I used to go around and give talks to WIs and flog 'em books. Anyway, about 6 months ago I got an email from a publishing house saying, we've bought the rights to your book and we'd like to bring it back. So Hen and the Art of Chicken Maintenance is coming back next April with 3 new chapters. And I thought, how on earth am I going to plug it so that people who haven't bought the thing before buy it, and people who've bought it before will find it's absolutely transformed so they could buy it all over again. By the way, that's a lie. It isn't, but there is new stuff in it. So I thought, well, why don't I talk to my mate Giles Chapman, who's another journalist, who's younger than me. Swine. He said, why don't you do a chicken blog? I just bought myself an iPhone with a camera in it. Because I'm a technological hepcat, I thought, why don't we do a sort of chicken blog, which doesn't involve any research, doesn't involve thinking about scripting, and just means that I can bang on in a tedious and moth-eaten sort of way, and when the chickens do something funny I can report on that. But anyway, so here we are in our back garden on a late September weekday when I should be sub-editing copy, and I'm putting it off, and it's raining, which is great. And I will now introduce you to the birds who live here and about whom I still write. I write, it's amazing how I can throw my voice without even moving my lips. I still write about these birds for a magazine called Your Chickens. For the past 7 years I've written a column called Chicken Crazy, but of course you knew that, I'm sure you get the magazine, don't you? But enough of this idle, drivel-tastic wafflensis. Let's meet the team. This is Hadron. That is Slasher, and bringing up the rear is Priscilla. It's nearly October, and Priscilla is sort of broody because she's a bit bonkers. In the green soup is Bombay the duck. He's about 10 years old and slightly rheumatic, but he's still a randy old so-and-so. And here doing a strange flapping wing dance is his girlfriend. That's Cloud. He used to have 2 girlfriends, well 3 girlfriends at one point, and he's outlived all of them. So anyway, she can outrun him now. Bad luck. As you can see, Hadron looks rather distrait. That's because she's molting, so she's not looking very dignified. Underneath that rather scruffy plumage are lots of quills with new feathers growing out of them. And to her rear, living on his own, poor old thing, is Wonky the cockerel. Wonky is about 5 years old. I think he has slightly defective hormones, and he's now a widower because his girlfriend, Heseltina, I'm afraid, kicked the bucket about 6 weeks ago, so he's feeling a bit randy and a bit cross. He's also molting, which makes him even crosser because quite a lot of effort goes into producing new feathers. There's Slasher's bottom, isn't that gorgeous? Yes, thank you, Slasher. Slasher is about 10 as well. She is, by some way, the oldest chicken we've ever had until she arrived. We got to about 7.5, and that was it. Yes, she's quite an elegant bird, really, and she's in charge of all the others. She's boss chicken, and she's a benign dictator because they're all pretty fascist chickens, and they like a pecking order. And she's definitely winding him up, isn't she? Look, I can go out and you can't. And over here, thank you for that, are Sarkozy and his girlfriend Carla, also 5 years old. Sarkozy is Wonky's brother, and Carla is either his sister or half-sister. We're all very incestuous here. It's all quite like minor members of the royal family.